Imagine driving from the sun-drenched coast of San Diego all the way to the rugged border of Oregon without ever plugging in. For years, the electric vehicle industry has been anchored by a singular, persistent ghost, range anxiety. But the narrative is about to shatter. Research shows that we are standing on the precipice of a fundamental shift in energy density. They are not merely iterating, they are rewriting the chemistry of mobility. Consider this: engineers have developed a solid-state battery architecture capable of delivering a staggering 745-mile range on a single charge. This is a tangible, physical reality currently transitioning from prototype to production. When you pair that distance with a charging cycle that restores the vehicle to 80% capacity in a mere 10 minutes, less time than it takes to grab a coffee and use the restroom, the traditional argument against electric adoption evaporates. Because the infrastructure of our global transportation network is currently suffocating under the weight of slow charging and limited autonomy. We are at a bottleneck where the desire for sustainability meets the harsh friction of inconvenience. By effectively doubling the energy density of our current fleet, this technology removes the compromise. It turns the electric vehicle from a specialized urban tool into a long-haul powerhouse. You will learn exactly how solid-state electrolytes replace the volatile liquid components of today's batteries, why this shift dramatically improves safety, and how Toyota plans to scale this manufacturing miracle to the masses. We aren't just looking at a new battery, we are looking at the final nail in the coffin for the internal combustion engine. Let us examine the mechanics of this revolution. For decades, the lithium-ion cell has been the silent engine of our digital existence. Yet, beneath the hood of progress, a fundamental physics problem has emerged. We are reaching the theoretical limit of what a liquid electrolyte can achieve. Think of current batteries as a crowded highway. This process is inherently volatile. We have squeezed every drop of performance out of this chemistry, but the law of diminishing returns has set in. Charging speeds have stagnated, range anxiety persists, and the sheer weight of these packs acts as a structural anchor, dragging down the efficiency of every vehicle on the road. While the rest of the automotive world chased incremental software tweaks and iterative battery updates, Toyota retreated into the shadows. For over 10 years, their laboratories have been a fortress of solitude, dedicated to a singular, elusive goal: the solid-state architecture. By replacing the liquid electrolyte with a solid ceramic or sulfide material, engineers have effectively removed the highway speed limit. This switch eliminates the risk of thermal runaway, allows for a significantly smaller footprint, and enables charging times that mirror the duration of a standard coffee break. Toyota's commitment was not a sprint, it was a marathon run in total silence. They understood that the transition to electric mobility would never be truly mainstream until the battery stopped being the primary compromise. The company wasn't just building a prototype, they were refining a manufacturing process capable of producing these complex materials at scale. We are witnessing the transition from a fragile, chemistry-bound past to a robust, solid-state future. The technology is sound, but can it survive the brutal reality of the global supply chain? To understand why this shift matters, we must look at the heartbeat of every electric vehicle currently on the road: the lithium-ion cell. Inside today's batteries, ions swim through a liquid electrolyte, a flammable, organic soup that acts as the bridge between the anode and the cathode. It is efficient, but it is temperamental. Toyota's leap forward discards this liquid medium entirely. This is not merely a swap of ingredients, it is a fundamental redesign of the battery's DNA. By switching to a solid electrolyte, we eliminate the primary source of combustion. But the benefits extend far beyond safety. Because the solid electrolyte is physically robust, it acts as a more efficient conductor for lithium ions. With these materials, we are no longer constrained by the energy density ceilings of liquid-based chemistry. Think of it as moving from a crowded, inefficient highway to a high-speed, dedicated rail line. The ions move faster, the resistance drops, and the range anxiety that plagues modern drivers begins to evaporate. When the power source shrinks while output climbs, the entire chassis becomes a canvas for efficiency. Aerodynamics improve, weight distribution stabilizes, and the sheer footprint of the battery pack, which currently takes up the entire floor of an EV, can be downsized without sacrificing a single mile of range. We are no longer dealing with liquid pouring into a casing, we are talking about precision-engineered ceramic layers, thinner than a human hair, that must remain perfectly intact across thousands of cycles. The question is, can we replicate this atomic precision at the scale of millions? The shift from laboratory triumph to the driveway is where the true narrative begins. When these solid-state cells move from cleanroom prototypes to mass-produced chassis, the physics of ownership changes overnight. We are looking at a future where a 10-minute charge delivers the distance of a full tank of gas, effectively rendering the internal combustion engine a relic of a bygone industrial era. For the average driver, this means the car is no longer a tethered device. But the ripples of this transition extend far beyond the suburban garage. In the logistics sector, where every minute of downtime is a loss of capital, the implications are tectonic. Heavy-duty freight and long-haul transport, previously shackled by the immense weight and slow replenishment cycles of liquid electrolyte batteries, can finally decouple from the grid. This technological leap is currently acting as a violent wake-up call for every legacy automaker and startup currently betting their future on traditional lithium-ion architecture. Toyota has effectively moved the goalposts, forcing competitors to scramble. They are no longer competing on software interfaces or aesthetic flourishes, they are competing on the fundamental mastery of materials science. We are witnessing the final chapter of the fossil fuel monopoly, written not in oil, but in ceramic and lithium. This isn't just an upgrade to a vehicle, it is a total recalibration of how we move, how we trade, and how we power our lives. The infrastructure is being redrawn, the investments are being redirected, and the era of the solid-state revolution is no longer coming, it is already here. The transition is underway, and the speed of this evolution will define the next century of automotive history. The journey is just beginning.